This is the ancient county town of Pingzhao in Shaanxi, which boasts a history of nearly 3,000 years. It is also the best preserved ancient city in China and the birthplace of Shaanxi merchants. It is said that the silver here will never run out and will never be filled. There is a saying among the common people that if you go well, you will get silver ingots in Pingyao City. Here, the ancient county government and escort agency are still preserved, as well as China's first financial Wall Street. It is said that this ancient city has stood for thousands of years and has never declined, all thanks to a dragon pillar left by Liu Bowen at that time. But is this really true? Today, I will take you into the ancient city of Pingzhao in Shaanxi to uncover its mysteries together. The history of Pingyao ancient city can be traced back more than 800 years to the reign of King Shuang of the Western Zhou dynasty. Later, during the Ming dynasty, Liu Bowen rebuilt this ancient city. According to the locals, when Liu Bowen was reconstructing the city back then, he deliberately designed it in the shape of a turtle. If we look at this map, you'll see that the winding area in the south represents the turtle's head. But this head is drawn back, which symbolizes self-protection, and also the protection of the people living inside the city. The gate at the top here represents the turtle's tail. And the 4 gates at the east, west, south, and north corners represent the turtle's 4 legs. The very core of the entire Pingzhao ancient city is right here, the Shitongxing Bank, which is considered the turtle's heart. It's said that the legendary Shenlong treasure pillar left by Liu Bowen is hidden here. Let me take you to see it. Let's go. For your first stop in Pingyao ancient city, I highly recommend you come here. This is the Pingzhao County Government Office, the best preserved ancient county office in China. Today, I'll take you inside to experience what it felt like to attend a court session in ancient times. As you enter the county office, you'll see 3 large gates. Make sure you don't go through the wrong one. That gate over there is called the Ghost Gate, which was used for serious criminals and death row prisoners in ancient times. That gate over there is called the People's Gate. That one is for ordinary people like me to use. And the gate in the very center is called the Yi Gate, which means the gate of etiquette. This gate is special. It's usually kept closed and only opened when the county magistrate takes office or when important guests arrive. Today, I'll take you, our distinguished guests, watching through the screen through this central gate. Let me also share in your good fortune. Come on, once we enter, this is the main hall of the county yamen at the time, called the Chiming Hall. Did you notice? The character for Ming people here has an extra stroke on top. This was meant to remind the county magistrate working inside to treat the local people better and to handle cases with more fairness and justice. This is where the magistrate would preside over cases, and both the plaintiff and the defendant would kneel down here in front of the hall. Do you see this stone? In ancient times, it was called the kneeling stone, and there's even a deep knee imprint on it. This is the paddle that was used for corporal punishment in ancient times. If the county magistrate gave the order to beat him, the yamen officers would use the wide side of the paddle to strike. It would make a loud slapping sound, but it didn't really hurt much. However, if the magistrate said beat him hard, they would use the narrow side of the paddle. It wouldn't make much noise, but it was extremely painful. The streets of Pingzhao ancient city were designed according to the patterns on the turtle's back. There are 4 main streets, 8 smaller streets, and 72 alleyways filled with the scent of oil smoke. Among the locals, there's an old saying, walk along the turtle's back and you'll live past 99. May everyone who visits here find good fortune and longevity, and I also hope that everyone watching this video will enjoy health and a long life. The street behind me is called Sidaji, or West Main Street. It is actually the earliest financial street in China and is known as the Wall Street of China. The establishment of this street is entirely thanks to this place right here, Rishenchang Draft Bank. The name Rishenchang is truly well chosen. If you break down these 3 characters one by one, no matter whether you read it from left to right or right to left, it always means rising every day, symbolizing the rising sun and flourishing prosperity. At that time, there were 53 draft banks in China, with Shaanxi province alone accounting for 43 of them. And the small city of Pingzhao had as many as 22 draft banks. No wonder the Shaanxi merchants were so remarkable. It was because they dared to be pioneers. So, do you think Rishenchang is impressive? Actually, there's an even more remarkable Wenzi Tongxing. It had a massive vault underneath, and it said that the legendary Shenlong treasure pillar left by Liu Bowen is also inside. Let me take you to have a look. Let's go. This is China's earliest courier company escort agency, or Biaoju. We've seen a lot of TV dramas where these escort agencies are constantly robbed, and in fact, that really did happen. In ancient times, people who worked at these agencies were called Daoshen people. This job isn't something just anyone can do. If you look at the character for Biao Bao, there's a lot of meaning behind it. The left side is the metal radical, which represents weapons. You have to master all 18 martial arts skills to be able to safely transport the valuables, represented by the ticket character on the right. And at the back of the escort agency, you can also see a web of ropes and nets. There are bells attached to the net back in the day. Thieves could scale walls and roofs, but once they enter the agency and touch these bells, they would ring and sound the alarm. Our current emergency number, 110, actually comes from this idea of an alarm. So what kind of services did escort agencies usually provide? Let's take a look inside this room. They could handle things like escorting letters, goods, silver, and valuables, pretty much anything. There was even a service called human escort, which is what we now refer to as bodyguard services. This is the Shitongqing, which is now also the China Bank Museum. It's only after coming to Shaanxi that I realized just how incredibly powerful the Shaanxi merchants were. So just how wealthy were they? Now, I'm heading to the underground vault here to show you something truly eye-opening. Let's go. If I didn't tell you, you probably wouldn't know that this was actually China's very first ATM. It was completely manual. If you wanted to withdraw money, you'd put your bank draft into a basket and lower it down. The staff below would then fill it up with silver for you. Then you would slowly pull the basket back up. That's why today's ATMs are called cash withdrawal machines. The name comes from this very practice. If you go down from here, you'll reach the vault. Walking here, I feel as if I've traveled back to the era when Pingzhao was so wealthy it could rival a nation. Here, the word wealth route is also written, and the legendary Shenlong treasure pillar left by Liu Bowen is inside as well. Let's hurry and take a look. Come on, look. As soon as you enter, there's such a huge gold ingot here. It must be over a meter long. Oh my goodness, this is truly spectacular. This is the Chao family's underground vault. My eyes are practically dazzled by the sight. It's packed full of gold and silver ingots. No wonder people say, step into Pingyao City, and you'll find more silver and gold ingots than people. Here, everyone can strike it rich. I wish you all mountains of gold and a steady stream of wealth-made fortune flow in from all directions. At its peak, Xitongqing possessed 17 million taels of silver, which is equivalent to 400 small golds in today's terms. So why was Xitongqing so impressive? This brings us to the legendary Shenlong treasure pillar left behind by Liu Bowen. Liu Bowen designed the entire ancient city of Pingjiao in the shape of a turtle. Right at the very center of the turtle, at its heart, he placed this Shenlong treasure pillar, which serves as a stabilizing force for the entire area. With this pillar, the turtle can no longer move about freely. It symbolizes an impregnable defense. What's even more remarkable is that this Shenlong treasure pillar is connected to the water veins of the entire ancient city's golden well. Gold generates water, and water nourishes gold, which represents an endless flow of wealth. It is also said that it is precisely because of this dragon pillar that Pingzhao ancient city has remained prosperous and well-preserved for 1,000 years. As for this trip, I came to Shaanxi to deliver goods to my fans, and at the same time, I wanted to show everyone the beautiful scenery and magnificent landscapes of Shaanxi. Where do you want to see next? Let me know in the comments.